right now is insane. Because you genuinely, blindly believe that the only way for you to be with a version of this man that is fully financially taking care of you, he gets up every single morning and he goes to a job so you don't have to, or he goes to a job so your work is optional. You think the version of you who deserves that, who is worthy of that, is the version of you who is slaving away, cooking all of his meals, doing all of his laundry, taking care of him, taking care of the house, taking this on as your sole responsibility because you blindly believe that this is your payment back to him. So this makes you worthy. This isn't feminine energy. Feminine energy is basing your worth on who you are as a person, not on the labor that your hands can do, not on the things you can achieve or how much easier you can make his life. If you are sat here right now with a raised eyebrow thinking, no, I genuinely believe that it's fine for me to be changing the bedding every week, doing the laundry, doing the cooking, making his lunches, taking care of the home, and you genuinely believe that that sounds like a fair trade to you, then I hate to break it to you, but that's not feminine energy. And without sounding rude, you clearly, obviously don't think that highly of yourself. And if you don't think that highly of yourself, then how do you expect him, this man that you love and adore, to think highly of you either? You know that stage at the beginning part of your relationship where he's courting you, he's answering every single long paragraph text with another paragraph, he's taking you on dates, he's working super hard to impress you. That feeling at the beginning, that's really exciting, isn't it? For you. But it's not just exciting for you, it's also really exciting for him. Now, the goal here is to keep that excitement running forever. But how do you do that? Easy. You have to do this by activating the girlfriend effect. You can do this right now. It doesn't matter if you're 10 years into your marriage or 3 years into your relationship. And lucky for you, I know exactly how to activate this and how you can keep it activated for a lifetime. So from here on out, he's going to be the one that is serving you. So stick around and make sure you lock in for the whole episode because this one is a good one and it's all coming up right now. Hi, welcome back to the Vibration Vault. My name is Alia Zaray. I help women all over the world navigate their love life in a more feminine way. So if that sounds like something that you want to do, make sure to subscribe to stick around. Okay, let's begin. Imagine this. You meet a man. He's tall, he's successful, and he smells beautiful like Tom Ford. He texts back on time, and to you, it feels like a modern miracle. He takes you to the types of restaurants where waiters wear suits, where if you ask for ketchup, they give it to you, but they look at you funny. And you're thinking, wow, I really hit the jackpot here. And then you move in together, and suddenly this grown man who runs his own business, files his own taxes, has lived 30 plus years on this earth without you, has the domestic skills of a feral raccoon. Dishes start piling up like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Socks start appearing in places that socks simply shouldn't be. The fridge starts to look like some sort of crime scene, and the only thing left standing is this half-empty bottle of hot sauce and a Red Bull. And then he hits you with the dreaded words, "What's for dinner, babe?" Code red. Not because cooking is bad, not because cleaning is beneath you, but simply because he's treating these simple life skills as your job. And babe, you didn't enter this relationship to be an unpaid housekeeper. So what do you even say when he doesn't cook, but he expects you to cook? Let me give you an example. Let's say you live with him and he's gotten into this habit of allowing you to cook, and he sits back with his feet up, relaxing, waiting for you to deliver his meal. You would say, "You're such a doer, babe. That's what I love the most about you. You really get things done. You really know how to follow instructions and get things done properly. I love that you always do things to impress me. Honestly, I think it's so sexy." Now, bonus points if you can actually pinpoint a time where you have evidence of him doing something to impress you. So that could be when you ordered a desk on IKEA and he built it and put it together for you. I found that so sexy, babe. I love a man who can follow instructions. And in this moment, he's going to be thinking, yeah, that's me. I'm really good, aren't I, babe? In which you would respond, yeah, babe. It's the same with cooking. I think anyone who says that they can't cook is just simply someone who cannot follow instructions, because all cooking really is following instructions. Don't you agree, babe? Because all you really have to do is follow a recipe, preheat the oven, cut up the cucumbers, cut up the vegetables, cut up the salad, throw the onions in a pan, throw the meat in a pan. Honestly, how hard can it be? All it really is following instructions. Now the key here is to add in the leading question. Don't you agree, babe? When you ask a leading question to somebody, it's proven that they are more likely to agree with you. And then what I want you to do is add something that you believe. So if I was you, I would add, I think it's so romantic when a man cooks for a woman. I think it's such a masculine thing to do. I think it's so sexy. Don't you agree, babe? Now, when you say this, it's going to start the cogs running around in his mind. They're going to start turning, and he's going to think of that time when he did impress you by building that desk. And the fact that he is actually really good at following instructions, and he can impress you, and he wants to impress you, and actually he is this masculine, sexy man. He's going to start to think, you know what, how hard can it be? Let me figure it out. Let me do this for you. What you really need to remember here is that right now in his mind, he's not going to want his capability and his ability to impress you compromised or questioned in your eyes, because what that's going to do is challenge his masculinity. That's going to damage and bruise his ego. And the only thing more delicate than a woman's heart is a man's ego. So the next thing that you need to know is obviously the girlfriend effect. Why men actually want this stage to last forever. And subconsciously, it's actually something that you probably want, or definitely want, to last forever as well. Now, here's something that a lot of women forget when they're moving in with a man, or after they've moved in with a man, and it's the fact that men love the girlfriend effect. Men want to feel like they are continuously dating you. Men actually crave this energy of, I still have to impress her and do things to impress her. But guess what kills that energy faster than anything? Becoming his mother. Not in a creepy way and not in an intentional way, but more in a way of, oh, you sit down, babe, I'll take care of that for you. You seem like you've had a stressful day, babe. Let me do that for you. Oh, you're cutting some vegetables. You look like you're going to chop your hand off, babe. Let me handle that for you. You see, this is how it happens. You start cooking for him because you feel indebted to him, because one way or another, you feel like he's made your life easier. You've moved in with him. He's paying all the rent. He's paying all the bills. He buys you the most beautiful birthday presents. He takes you on these luxury holidays. He buys gifts for your parents. So you think, what's the harm? I love cooking. I don't mind taking on this responsibility. But now, all of a sudden, over a period of time, it turns from, thank you so much for making me dinner, to, where's my dinner? And that's not his fault. You've created this expectation of yourself, so he's not wrong for expecting that of you. Over a period of time, resentment starts to build on your side, and on his side, he starts to feel less and less attracted to you, because now subconsciously you're reminding him of his primary caregiver, his mother. He starts to silently remember the days where you were his girlfriend and he was courting you, and he had to jump through hoops to impress you. But now he has no purpose. Now he is bored because you're trying to make his life easier. So what you're really doing is knocking yourself off the pedestal. So in the courting phase, you were up here. You've knocked yourself off the pedestal, and now you're serving him. He has no one to serve. So now he's longing and hoping for the beginning stages of this relationship. He wants to serve you. But the problem is, you're not letting him do that. I get it. Right now, you think that making his life easier is going to make you more lovable. It's going to make you more digestible. But it doesn't strengthen the love he has for you. You're just becoming more and more boring. Your relationship is becoming boring. It's like him playing a game that keeps him stuck on the same level every single day of his life. There's no upgrade to the next level. There's no challenge that knocks him down to a previous level. And one of these days, he's going to clock out of this game and never ever return to it again. Similarly, you're going to feel stuck on the same level forever as well. And one of these days, you might clock out and never ever return to a really good man again. So the girlfriend effect is keeping the same habits that you had initially at the beginning stages of the relationship forever. Now, I really do mean forever. This is even 10, 20, 30, 50 years into your marriage. The problem is, it's very easy to get comfortable in a relationship. It's very easy to let your man come home and not have your makeup done. It's very easy to not really think about your hygiene as much. It's really easy to not get your hair done as much. It's really easy to let go of yourself and stop going to the gym. Whereas these are things that you probably used to do at the beginning because you wanted to impress him. If you stop wanting to impress him, it works like a mirror. He's going to want to stop impressing you as well, and you're both going to feel this deep frustration because it's not a lack of love you have for one another, but it's a lack of desire to want to be the better versions of each other, and that means sticking yourself in a state of the girlfriend effect forever. And that also means not minimizing your desires to make his life more manageable and easy. So if you want that new bag, baby, I want that new bag. I love that new bag. Baby, the pasta that you made for me last week was insane. I can't stop thinking about it. I've been craving it all day. That is exactly what I'm craving to eat for dinner tonight. So what you really need to be doing is demands. Demands, demands, demands. The more demands that you make, the more he's going to love you. Because a man without a purpose is not a man. A man needs a purpose. His purpose should be you, serving you, accommodating you, reaching new levels unlocked with you, new levels of love, new levels of intimacy, new levels of connection. You do that through your demands, through challenging him. Yes, sometimes these demands won't be fulfilled. Sometimes he won't be able to fulfill them right then and there, but he will do everything in his power to work towards fulfilling them. And I promise you, he will. And he will love himself more, and he will love you more because you are the one that pushed him to achieve and unlock that highest version of himself. It keeps him feeling like it's just the beginning of your relationship, where you used to have him jumping through hoops to be able to win himself this date with you. So why does it have to stop now? It doesn't, it shouldn't. So why are you waiting for you both to get bored of one another when you're both great people, you're both a great match, but you're not navigating this relationship like your life depends on it? Don't let yourself get to the stage in the relationship where you miss the beginning. My partner, ever since I've known him, has financially taken care of everything, but similarly, he is also the one that cooks for me. He's also the one that does the dishwasher. He's also the one that pays a maid to come to our home and clean it top to bottom. He's also the one that tries to make my life easier. That is a man who is in love. Not once since I have been with him have I ever touched an iron. Not once have I ever cleaned my own shoes, because whilst I'm getting ready, he's already looking at the outfit that he's helped me choose, and he's already outside cleaning my shoes, ready for me to put them on. And he behaves in this ways years later into the relationship because I have kept him in this constant state of the girlfriend effect. And you can do that too. Remember, everything is reversible. Everything can change right now if you really want it to.